Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre market this morning, things are fairly quiet. We are seeing some extra weakness in the NASDAQ this morning. That is mostly to do with one stock, AMD, which is currently trading below the lower channel line. So if we close at the end of the day where we're trading right now, that would certainly generate a sell signal for AMD. Now, the biggest loser on Tuesday was actually Norwegian Cruise Lines, which was down a little over 15% on the day. Now, coming into yesterday, it was already on a sell signal. That's also true for Carnival, which was down over 9%, and then Royal Caribbean down over 7% on the day. All three of those stocks were already on sell signals coming into yesterday's trading action. Now, at this time yesterday morning, we were looking at the NASDAQ 100 leading the market lower. And at that time, we were still trading within the average true range that we've been seeing recently. And that was at $409.20. What happened, though, is the market continued to move lower throughout the day. And we actually ended up down $528 on the day. Now, since that has now happened, the average true range for the NASDAQ 100 futures contract has now expanded to $418.48. And the percentage has also expanded. So we're really not looking at a big move in percentage terms. It's only 1.64%. And yesterday it was at 2.02%. So a little over 2% on the day. So outside of the norm, but certainly not a disaster. We saw the market move down to try to fill some gaps yesterday and looking to see if we reverse or if we continue lower on Wednesday. As you can see, we are starting to come down from an overbought position, but certainly nowhere near being oversold at the present time. Now, the TSX 60, the Vanguard Canada ETF, both back on sell signals as of Tuesday's close. Looking at the Vanguard Total Market ETF in the US, it is back on a sell signal. The Dow, we're right on the edge of a sell signal, and then we are back on a sell signal for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. And they're very light sell signals at the moment. And, depending on how the market opens, you could wave those off for a day and wait and see if we get another close below the lower channel line. More significant, of course, is the Russell 2000, the small caps, micro caps, they're all back on sell signals. They are more significant sell signals than the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. Looking at the VIX is back on a buy signal as of Tuesday's close. The VIX ETFs are also back on buy signals as of Tuesday's close, so we're back to being long the VIX at this time. Now, in our main database, we cover over 400 North American ETFs, but we have a subset of that, which we look at every night, which is a list of just over 60 ETFs, where we keep track of their performance. And for the second day in a row, the Grayscale CoinDesk Crypto ETF was the biggest loser on the day, down over 6% on the day. There is Bitcoin falling yesterday. It actually dipped below the $100,000 level and then came back to close just above it. And you can see there that if we do break down below 100,000, 96,875 is our next target to the downside. We also saw some selling in Ethereum yesterday, making a new low for this move. At the same time they were going down, the bear ETFs were going up. And in Toronto, we ran up and hit our next target of 1875. That was the high of the day. So if you had an order in there, that got filled. In the US, we were trying to get to 2109. We got as high as $20.82. So getting pretty close, but not enough. I would have had an order in there at 2099, but we did not hit that number either on Tuesday. Looking at the world of energy, starting off with crude oil. Crude oil dipped into the channel yesterday. It is trading slightly lower in the pre-market this morning. So is natural gas, which made a new high for this move on Tuesday, and we are trying to get to $4.69. That is our next target to the upside for natural gas. Now, energy stocks pulled back yesterday, not enough to give us a sell signal in Toronto, and we dipped way down below the lower channel line yesterday, but we closed at 87.19, and we need to close below 87.14 to give us a sell signal. So, no sell signal there for the U.S. energy sector just yet. Then looking at the miners, we've got copper back on a sell signal. The copper miners are back on second day of a sell signal for copper miners. The price of gold hasn't changed, still on a sell signal. Gold miners, junior gold miners on the TSX, all still on a sell signal. No change in trend there. Moving on to the TSX most actives from Tuesday's trading action, there's a new low for B2 Gold. No change in trend for Bitfarms, still on a sell signal. Then we've got Capstone back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. Looking at Cenovus, still on a sell signal here. Cenovus has been finding a lot of support at the 23.44 level. If we start breaking down from here, then 21.88 would be our next target to the downside. Looking at New Gold, we're back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. Back on a sell signal for Denison Mines on Tuesday. No change in trend for Enbridge. No change in trend for Bank of Montreal, still on a sell signal. Bank of Montreal still stuck to $175. If we start closing below yesterday's low, then $168.75 is our next target for the Bank of Montreal. Baytex still on a buy signal, no change there. No change for Canadian Natural Resources on Tuesday, and no change in trend for the TD Bank. We were looking for a close below $113.34. We closed at $113.56. So not enough to give us a sell signal, unlike Shopify, back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. Let's finish off this morning's presentation, taking a look at the U.S. most actives from Tuesday's trading action. NVIDIA came down and closed in the channel, so no change in trend there. No change in trend for Pfizer. It did reach out above the upper channel line, but came right back down, closing below the lower channel line. Then we've got Hertz popping yesterday, so we're back on a buy signal for Hertz, not something I would follow. Then Palantir, which was the big story in the pre-market yesterday, did not generate a sell signal on Tuesday. We're still looking for a close on Wednesday below $187.85. And then Grab Holdings was down sharply during the day, but came back closing just below the lower channel line. Then Plug Power still on a sell signal, no change there. There's Open Door. We are back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. We are looking for a close below $7.29. We closed at $6.92. We're back on a sell signal for Denison Mines, and then looking at Intel. Intel's back on a sell signal as of Tuesday's close. No change in trend for Tesla. Still looking for a close below $440.59 on Wednesday. Then Kenvue, which popped on Monday, and then a small pullback on Tuesday. So even being taken out isn't enough to hold up this stock. Then Amazon pulled back yesterday, closed below the previous day's low, filled the open gap. Then looking at Apple, we're still on a buy signal here. We actually closed higher on the day, up 99 cents on the day for Apple on Tuesday. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open. I'm off to donate blood this morning. I hope you have an appointment booked in the not-so-distant future. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theyuptrend.com.